Hello there everybody, and welcome to yet another video, and welcome to yet another review video. Today we are reviewing yet another installment in Titan Comics' Conan the Barbarian series. And if you remember, last time we reviewed issue 25, I said that it might very well be the best issue so far. Well, we are now continuing with issue 26, and my oh my, are they doing a great job again. Now, you might remember from my reviews that on multiple occasions I stated that Conan the Barbarian by Titan Comics, and indeed the Savage Sword of Conan, and also the little one-shots or in-between intermezzo series is really the best of the comic book medium you can get these days. And it's not only for fantasy fans or Conan the Barbarian fans, but overall and in general. And it's not only because Jim Zub and his artists, but now we are talking about the writing, so Jim Zub is trying and succeeding at that to get through to the reader that which Robert E. Howard intended Conan the Barbarian to be. Whether we are talking about the writing style or the literary techniques he's using and implementing, or the overall general atmosphere or feeling, is really that. But even if you looked past this, Jim Zub is a very skilled and good writer, and he is able to write the narrative so that it is grasping and engaging. And not only, I mean, yeah, people usually are connecting Conan the Barbarian with like savage fight scenes and battles and sword and sorcery and rescuing damsels in distress. But it's not only that. It really isn't that only. Conan is actually a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more complex character than that. It would be doing Conan a great disservice to just claim so. And Jim Zub is really able to put that through to the reader. And so, standing on its own, it is a very good piece of literature. Now, we are now going back to Conan the Barbarian as the mercenary. We know, even from Robert E. Howard's short stories, that he has been many a thing throughout his life. On his journey, his way to becoming Conan the King, he was the mercenary, he was the pirate, he was the thief, the barbarian, obviously, the king, and so on and so forth. So we find ourselves in Aquilonia right now, which is in conflict with Zingara, and we start in the capital of Cordova, and we begin with countries or kingdoms, realms being in conflict, in military conflict. And so we open, and I don't want to spoil much, right? This review will not contain spoilers. I will talk about it in more or less of a general terms. And I will also not show many pages from this. I really don't want to spoil it. And it's not because you shouldn't do that, because I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to spoil much of the story or much of the art, because I want each and every one of you to enjoy this comic book for yourselves. So we begin with kind of establishing the conflict of the kingdoms fighting against each other, gathering armies, performing subterfuges, fighting in all the ways that wars are being fought, not only directly, like two armies standing in front of each other and charging, you know, like you've got these huge battle scenes in fantasy films, but there are many ways to fight a war like this: ambushes, and as I said, subterfuges, guerrilla war, so on and so forth. And using not necessarily only a professional army. For one reason or another, sometimes it's more suitable, sometimes there isn't a professional army, sometimes the king refuses to use a professional army for one reason or another. which is the case here. And so mercenaries have to be used. And here we are meeting the Wolves, which is a pack of mercenaries, of which Conan the Barbarian is a part. And you know, throughout the stories, he has been a part of one group or another, whether it be on land or on the sea as a pirate. And so he finds himself in the middle of this military conflict, being sent to fight an enemy army and support knights that had been ambushed before. And from there, it kicks off. It just kicks off. And it's a comic book which I was surprised when it ended, because I was like, that's it? I've read it already? Well, it is going to continue, obviously, in the next issue. What I meant was, you read through it so quickly, so fast, because the pacing is so great, and the writing is so engaging. And there is just the perfect balance between the narration and the exposition and the action, that it really doesn't let you breathe for 1 minute. So you start reading the comics, and inside your mind, like 5 seconds pass, and you're like, it's finished. All right, give me the next issue. We'll have to wait for a month, unfortunately. The artwork, we are getting back to Fernando Dagnino, and he really shows himself this time. I mean, there's a lot of splash pages, but also quite a lot of like single pages being filled with artwork. He uses panels sparingly at certain points. At some points he does use them, but as I said, once again, it's all about balance. And here the balance can be seen. It's a very good comic book. I can only recommend this to you. Buy it, read it, get it. Get the collected editions of the previous issues. I've just recently received the box set of the first 3 paperbacks. 100% worth the read. Absolutely extraordinary read. And let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you reading Conan the Barbarian by Titan Comics? Are you enjoying it? What's your favorite comic book title that is coming out these days? Let me know all about it. And that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm out of here.